Hey, 6th grade, you did really well with your quilling project. This week we are starting our final unit. Can you believe it? You're almost done 6th grade art. Our final unit for 6th grade is a really fun one that I think you'll really enjoy. We're going to learn how to make some various optical illusions. Optical illusions are pictures that are flat, however, they look 3D and or trick the mind in some way. So I'm going to show you how to draw and create things that will kind of play with your mind a little bit and make people like second guess, like, what is happening with this? Okay? So for this first project this week, you're going to be needing a white piece of paper, a black marker, or a pencil if you want to use a pencil first and then trace it with a black marker, and either some colored pencils or some crayons. Okay? So get those supplies and then unpause your video. Here we go. So this week I'm going to be showing you how to do part 1 of this project, and then next week you're going to complete it. Okay? So the first thing you want to do is with a black marker, you want to draw an X across your paper. It does not need to be perfect lines. It's actually better if your lines are slightly wavy. Okay? End to end. Then you want to approximately in the middle draw another line. Make sure it goes through the very middle of the paper. And we're going to do the same thing in the middle over here. Okay? Then on your longer sides of your paper, you want to find the middle, bring that through to the middle of the other side. Over here, the middle, and bring this to the other side right over here. Okay? So by now, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spaces. Okay? Next, what we're going to do is I'm going to choose one of the longest pieces, and I'm going to make a U shape going towards the outside of my paper. Okay? Once I've done this, I'm then starting with the center one. I'm going to go to my next shape, the next one, connecting all of these together. Okay? If they are not all even, that is totally fine and expected since all of your shapes are not exactly the same. Just make sure they connect at the end, okay? We're going to keep doing this the whole way around. Here we go. Now, if you get to a place where they start going off the edge, I'll show you what to do about that in just a second. It's very important that your lines are all curved and they go up and down and that none of them are flat, and you will find out in the next lesson why that is. So see here how it's going off the edge? If that happens, just continue and try to imagine where it would be. Okay, so this is part 1 of this project, okay? I'm now going to show you how to start coloring it. This is the time-consuming part, which is why this is going to be a 2-week project and not a 1-week project, because this will take some of you a very long time. Now, you can either use the same 2 colors for this entire thing, or you can use multiple colors. Okay, so I'm going to be using blue and green sounds good. Okay, So what you want to do for the first part of this is I'm going to start in the middle, okay? With this first middle piece, I'm going to start coloring really hard on the outsides of my shape. Then I want to color a lighter shade going towards the middle, and I'm going to leave the very center completely white, okay? I'm then going to switch to my blue. This is a beautiful blue color. On the outsides, I go really hard again. I try to match it with what it looks like in the very beginning. And then I color lighter and I fade it out until it is white in the center. Okay? I'm going to keep doing this. So as my spaces get bigger, the area that I color darker should also get bigger. So notice how it's a little smaller at the bottom of this shape, and then it gets a little wider here. Okay? And then I color in towards the middle here, and it is white in the center. I'm going to do this one more time, right here with my blue, coloring really dark, and then fading out into the white. Okay. Now I have this tiny little piece right up here. If you're worried about coloring or drawing on your table, you may want to place a white paper under it just to support it a little bit. And then coloring towards the middle. Okay? Now, one of the most important things here, actually a couple important tips to consider, always be coloring outwards, never color across. Okay, so we're always coloring out. Second thing to consider, you want a repeating pattern. You don't just want to color any random color, you want a repeating pattern. Now each of your lines here could be different colors used, or you can just use the same ones over and over again. It's really up to you how you color it, okay? So this week, you should be coloring at least half of this, and next week you will finish the other half and turn in your finished product, okay? Next week I will show you a video of what it should look like when you are complete. So, I hope you have fun with this. It's not super challenging, but when you color a bunch of these spaces, you're gonna notice that these start to look a little 3D if you are coloring them correctly, okay? So, have fun with this.